Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back to another episode of Colombian Space Initiative in Supreme Rule Ultimate. And in previous episode, the wars were raging on in, well, Eurasia mostly. Germany is fighting Andorra for some reason still, and then China is fighting both Japan and Tibet, and for the most part they seem to be doing alright. It looks like they've lost a lot of territory around here again, but that tends to be what happens. But we are gathering some money. We did get a bit more consumer goods production, and between the episodes here I did play for it a little bit. We're about to get the pharmacology technology, which does increase the healthcare costs, but also the rating up a little bit. That should be okay. Now getting the Air Force Production 43, and that does lower our research expenditure quite significantly. So that should be okay, meaning that we are now making some guaranteed cash again, which is quite good actually. How is the unemployment doing? 4.5%, okay. But we could potentially build up the next consumer goods factory down here. I've lowered the industrial goods production back down to about the demand because we can't really sell that yet. Oh, and you want to offer some... Sure, I'll take some agriculture. Not that we necessarily need a lot of it. We got a stockpile of 1,000,000 tons. But, you know, having a bit of extra doesn't hurt. Another thing that I suppose I could do is I could get some more timber production going around here in due time. How's the supply levels here? They seem to be pretty high. Not quite 100% yet, so I suppose what I could do is I could increase the funding down here to 10 million-ish. Which is going to be a bit over 100% probably. But that... Oh, China and Tibet are no longer fighting. Alright then. Let's have a look. So now we are actually losing some cash. Because we're buying the agriculture, of course it is. Going down. But we got a pretty good cash reserve there. I don't think there's any research that we can sell or... Well, there might be some that we could buy maybe, but not really sell. Let's have a look. UK... Because you are probably the number one in research around it. Basic helicopters might be okay. Carrier hydraulic catapults. Amphibious assault designs. What about technology here? Naval electronics. Battle beam focusing. Radio isotope thermoelectric generators. Actually, I'm going to take that one. Oh, they'll probably want a bit more. Okay, I'll give you the extra 3 million there. Right, let's see. Can we sell that to anyone else? Not to Mexico. What about Peru? Peru has a decent bit of cash. Oh, right, nuclear reactor design. Okay, 450 million is not quite as much as I'd hoped to get from there. Oh, and from here... Ooh, commercial nuclear power. We could already sell that to Venezuela. I'll sell a lot of it. They don't have a lot of cash, though, so that's a bit of an issue then. Can't really sell anything to you. What about Argentina? Nope. What about Canada? Oh, we can give you the anti-tank rifles. And Mexico, we can't really sell anything. What about China in the meanwhile? Nope. Ottoman Empire? Jet airframes, we can probably get a tiny bit of cash there. Oh, right, and Romania is out of cash. What about Austria-Hungary? Doesn't want anything. Germany has 2 billion again. My goodness. Now, there's a few things that I could sell them. How much are you willing to pay for that? 200 million, and you don't even want to pay for that. Or pay that much, sure. You know what, let's just leave it be for the time being. Oh crap, I accidentally cancelled, or refused to deal with France. You know what? France hasn't been buying anything that we need particularly ourselves, so I'm just going to auto-accept their offers. Like, they're buying a lot of petroleum, but that isn't really hurting us. Actually, there's a pretty good markup in petroleum again. It's about $7 per barrel, which, honestly, isn't too bad. Right, so how's the unemployment doing now? 4.4%, so that has improved quite significantly, meaning that our approval rating has gone up a little bit. Let's have a look at the election. Okay, we should be winning it quite handily. Alright then, we are going to get the turboprop prototype. Oh, and then there's the advanced one, which is a bit more expensive to research, but not too bad, and I think that... Oh, that doesn't... Well, it leads to some aircraft designs, I suppose. Speaking of designs, we haven't actually gone through a lot of these. You know what, I'll let them start on the power grid, and then I'll put in some unit designs in there. Just so that we can, you know, update our troops a lot bit. Armored Recon, that seems to be a pretty good unit. Is there any good tanks? There's the Mark 7 Heavy. Okay, I'll get that. Anti-tanks, there is the... Okay, that has 20. Sure, I'll get that one. Artillery. That's not actually that much better than what we have already. Air defense, do you have a good range? Not really. What about transport? We got the heavy supply truck. And also, well, we can't get the supply truck, unfortunately. Then what about aircraft? Is there anything in here? Well, there's the Reckoning strategic bomber that we could, I suppose, get. Although, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's a good one. What about any capital ships here? There's pre-century. Ooh, yeah, those are not particularly good ones. We haven't been focusing a lot on the naval research anyway, so... We did get the cargo ship. Civilian cargo. Oh, and also, Iran and Germany are at war. Okay. I suppose they want more... Oh, right. Germany probably wants the oil in Caucasus. And also mentioned they'd probably be fighting a little bit. Oh, in other words, Germans have probably been flying over Iran, and Iran has started shooting them, or something like that. Let's actually have a look. How's the provocation? Well, Greece might attack us. Also, well, actually, it doesn't seem like it's going to be attacking us anymore, for some reason. But we don't have any naval production, actually. Speaking of that, how much would it cost to get a... let's say naval production? About 600 million? It's a bit expensive. Pretty high annual maintenance as well, but I'm going to get that. I could move these over there, but at the same time... it may be a bit too expensive to build it too quickly. Oh, well, you know what? On the other hand, it is going to be done faster that way, so I'm going to send you there. I'll probably get a aircraft production over here as well. And then in the one around here we'll get the... we might get aircraft, but also the satellite stuff that we'll be able to use then. Not necessarily hugely useful, or not necessarily something that we need quite right now anyway, but it might be handy in the long run. Also, speaking of satellites, we're going to get the satellites soon. Now, let me actually have a look. Does it unlock... right, it unlocks the orbital telemetry. But it doesn't unlock the actual satellites, if I remember correctly. If I say rockets, escape velocity, launch system, the missile, or mission control, and spaceflight, satellites. Ah, there we go. The communication satellite production. That increases the unit effectiveness, if I remember correctly. And then satellite broadcasting, commercial satellite, digital video broadcasting, satellite television. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can get around there, just not going to be cheap. Also, well, the unit designs are going to be relatively cheap. Oh, the heavy... oh, we need the armor design for that. Which is not cheap. There's the advanced turbo prototype now. I don't necessarily need that, because it doesn't lead to... it leads to some potential air units, I suppose. Actually, let's have a look. Are any of those something that we could get? That's Japan, Russia. Well, these are multiple ones, so maybe. China, Japan, multiple. I mean, what I could do, of course, is just buy blueprints from, say, USA. They got a pretty good selection. Actually, now that we've got that, let's have a look. So we are pretty much on par with NASA in terms of the space race. That's alright. Right then, let's have a quick look around here. So we got 10 units of elite cars and then the artillery group there. And then we got One set of elite guards over there. Did we have... No, we got engineers there, we got the artillery, we got another set of engineers. Right, so we don't actually have all that much unit, and then we got some elite guard here at the capital. Hopefully we don't need a lot of units, to be fair, because we're not going to be declaring wars in this. If someone declares war on us, then of course we'll complete that war, but... You know... I'm not going to be the belligerent party in this playthrough. Now, let's see. Germany... doesn't have a lot of money, so the money is going a bit up and down there. I'm not entirely sure what is their problem. Because they're fighting a lot of guerrillas, I suppose, so... Okay, commercial nuclear power. How much would you pay for that? 72 million. Eh, it's only 10% of your cash. So, maybe not. What about Japan? You'd be willing to pay 92 million. Still not a lot, but it might give us the money that we need to make sure that we can start building more ships. Again, not that we have particularly good designs available for us. We've got carrier design, we've got 2 patrol ship designs, and then the civilian cargo. And then we've got no aircraft designs yet. On the other hand, we can't produce any aircraft, so that's okay, I guess. We've got the infantry over there, but we haven't been producing those. We could also get some of the mechanized units, but not really required right now. Right, so how much longer? That's a few more days, and then we got the naval production. It's going to cost quite a bit annually to, well, a fair bit annually to maintain it, but I think we can afford it. How much are we paying on the construction? 16 million. Okay, so that would constitute more or less all of the deficit that we have right now. There we go, yeah, we are making money. Quite a bit, in fact. Right, well, now that we've got this, how about we build a carrier? We don't have any designs to put on the carrier, but we can get a carrier. It's going to take a long while, of course, but they're not in a hurry. And then maybe upgrade some patrol boat. Is this... You got a bit higher range. Also, that's the Ep30, that's the Ep25, so this might actually be more effective. Let's see, you do a little bit damage on there, you do not do damage on submarines. You got 20 surface attack and 20 close air attack. What about the sloop gunboat? You do a lot more surface attack. Less on the... So, I suppose getting one of each wouldn't be a terrible idea for a bit of escort. And then we'd need to get an escort design as well, just to be able to attack any submarines. We've got a pretty good attack there. Pre-century destroyer, is that... No, you do not have any submarine attack. You do not have any submarine attack. What about patrol ships? You do not have any. Okay, and we don't have any submarine designs either. Now, to be fair, we are a bit behind in a lot of techs. Oh wow, we're actually making pretty good money here. Well, that's good. How is the unemployment? 4.2%. So that has improved quite significantly. We didn't build up another consumer goods production over here yet. We're still selling a lot. Oh, actually the price has improved there. You know what? I'm quickly going to build one more of those. That's the supply levels here. It should be 100 all about. Yeah. More or less 100 around here, so that is rather good. And how's the domestic approval rating? 32.3. Not too bad, so we are going to be winning the elections in about half a year. I'm getting some more designs there. We might want to build another research lab eventually, but right now I don't think it's a priority. You know what? There's the... Hold on a minute, do we have the... Oh, we do have the armor design level 4 already in the research queue there. Okay. Because we started researching heavy supply trucks, so it automatically put that first. So that we'll actually get them. Pretty close to getting the guided bombs as well. We should unlock the early missile prototype, which isn't too expensive. Also, we get the nuclear bomb, which does require a nuclear weapons test, and that is something that we have not done. Is that strategic nuke? Okay. Right, so is Germany still fighting Andorra and Iran? Alright, how's the... Oh, wow. Iran is going down. Well, we got the unit design at least. Let's have a look at the war in China. Oh, the Chinese have pushed quite a bit further now. Used to be moving back and forth down here, but now they've gone all the way to the river there. That's interesting. Now the Japanese Navy seems to be rather strong still. Which, to be fair, is to be expected. Wait, oh right, Iran holds that. And China holds this. And then of course Japan. Is that right? Formosa. I honestly wonder who's going to be Germany's next objective after Iran. Honestly, other than their allies, they're running out of locations to expand into. Other than maybe China or Japan or France or UK. Because they're allied to both Italy, Austria-Hungary and Ottoman Empire. Technically Romania, I suppose, is another one that they could attack. I don't think they will, but they could. Italy has a bit low cash. Ottoman Empire has a bit more, but there's nothing that we can really sell to them. How long do we need to wait until that is completed? Oh, well, it's actually almost completed. And then we'll probably be making quite a bit more money. How much are we... So from the trades, consumer goods and military goods are both extremely profitable right now. So I'm guessing the consumer goods prices... Oh yeah, it's gone up a little bit. Probably increase the minimum price here. Not that it matters too much, as long as the price is higher than... or the market price is higher than your production cost. You don't really need to worry about that, but I do like to keep it at a bit of a buffer there so that if the price starts dropping, I'll notice a bit sooner. And I won't be selling the stuff at deficit. Right, so we're about to get the guided bomb. We will be getting some more of the unit designs here first, before we go further, I suppose. Oh, okay, so that... Ooh, that is about 10 million per day. Okay, yeah, we may need to lower the funding at that point. How much are we... Oh, wow. Yeah, our funding is actually rather small, and that might explain why we are making such profits. Yeah, about 5 million per day, and I'm okay with that. Building up a little bit of cash reserve again is not a bad idea. Right, so at least we got that. Can we actually improve our petroleum production? I suppose over here somewhere. Or we could make synthetic. Or is that actually... it's 10% of that. Or we could build oil derricks, which isn't necessarily the worst idea, but I don't think we need it right now. Because now that we've got that, do we need to get the air missile prototype? Yeah, we do need to put that on the queue. Because if I remember correctly, that doesn't take us any closer to the modern ballistic missiles yet. But there is... Oh right, it's this part, isn't it? Surface to air missiles. Yeah, so we needed that. Then air to air missile concept. Then modern missile prototypes. Then improved missile guidance. Okay, for this we need to get the jet airframes and aircraft construction and all. Ooh, there's a lot of things that we need here. We are getting the Air Force production 43 at least. Oh, right, now that we got that, let's see, can we sell the guided bombs to anyone? Apparently the USA at least. What about, you might want it. Let's see, I'm gonna try to give you the tank tech first, but UK, do you want that? Oh yeah, you might. 126 million. Another 120 million from Mexico. What about Brazil? Probably about 100 million, 110. Assuming that everyone accepts these. of this, then yeah, we can make a decent bit of cash. Right, well that's a few nations. Let's see, how many of those rejected? None. Okay, well that's not too bad. So now that we've got this entire place built up, we could technically build up more military goods down there. I reckon we could actually make a pretty good profit out of that. How much do we... So the markup is still over 4,000. Building one of these is bloody expensive though, but you know what, I'll build one. We got the cash reserve so that we can afford building that, and that... Ooh, countdown to election. Yeah, it's gonna be an easy victory. Most likely. Right, so the power crate is still gonna take quite a while, but now that we got another research lab, we can at least keep that on the queue and still research quite a few things at the same time. Slowly but surely we are reaching the point where we don't have as many things that we need to buy from other nations. Let's actually have a look. Well, there's still quite a few things. For example, naval electronics. We might need that. I'm going to buy that actually. 480 million, so we'll still have 1 billion. Which should be more than plenty to build that military goods factory. Okay, you want an extra million there? Alright then. But yeah, once we get that, that's going to give us... Although it's not going to be a massive increase in the production, it's going to still be an increase, and market availability is poor, so I think of the people that are selling, we are actually probably the biggest seller right now. Although that might change around. Although USA is not exporting all that. Let's actually have a look. Of the production, we got the 3rd largest production. And if USA is not expanding their production, we're going to be the largest producer of military goods. Well, 2nd largest. Because Germany still has pretty high production, but... How many do we have? We got 9, and we are producing... It's going to go over 1,000. So, yeah, not too far. If we build up this entire place up, then we'll probably be the #1. If we do it quickly, if we let Germans expand their industry first, then no, there's still going to be the #1 on that. Another thing that I should do, I can actually set up some more production down here if I want to. Go down to elections, so 35% of the votes will go for us. Not too bad. Right then. So how's the war between Germany and Iran going? Ooh. Well, they're about to take the capital. You want some consumer goods? Sure. Oh, we're actually getting more money than it's worth, so that's alright. They're still kind of holding on for there, but once they lose their capital, they'll probably give up. Approval rating is pretty low. I mean, on the other hand, they got pretty massive land right now because they got most of Siberia. Although they lost quite a bit of that to the Soviets. Okay, so how long until we get the factory completed? Okay, 2 more days. That's good because we are running a bit low on cash again. And we got on some of the unique designs. Not sure if we need to sell those. I'm not entirely sure if we'd be even getting a lot of money for selling those. What about elite car? How much would you be? No, you don't want to pay for that. Do you have any good aircraft designs? There's the Black Widow. Okay, that wouldn't be too bad. There's the Mustangs. There's quite a few tactical... Okay, so if we want to get some sort of Air Force production, we might want to start buying stuff from USA. Oh, and the Barracuda class. It doesn't have the range that I'd like my submarines to have. Like, I'd like to be able to shoot into 2 hectares away instead of the neighboring hex. And for that, we need at least 16 kilometers range. But, oh well, okay, so we got the factory there, and now we should have even higher income. Let's actually have a look. So the support is still the same, approval rating is 32.2. Making over 4 million profit in terms of the sales and deficit there. And actual total, oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so how much are we? Yeah, we're selling about 900 tons of military goods on a day. Might actually increase that back to 94% now. We'll still be making quite a bit of extra to, you know, stockpile a little bit. We can sell that to whoever we want to win a war. For example, China might be a better option right now here. Oh, they managed to do a decent bit there. You know what? I will quickly sell you some military goods because I know that you need them. Let me quickly pause that. I'm going to give you another 10,000 tons. You're going to give me 300... Oh. No, you're not going to give me all that much money. You know what? I think you'll be on your own then. But unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.